Good morning. I just wanted to take a few seconds to let you all know what we're doing with our new reporting system. Some of you guys will already have seen this when I've talked to you on catch-up calls. And if you are a fully managed or enterprise customer that hasn't had a catch-up call recently, please make sure you book some time in with me. So this is what we're actively working on right now. Reports are selected. We have a whole new section where you can store these reports. So these are intended to be a place for you to be able to group together any type of experiment, fact, insight or recommendation, and also add on any extra context such as text, images and video, to be able to tell a story, give more information and record a point in time as you so wish. So it looks very much like a normal experiment. We've got this area at the top here. We can have an introduction. We can add in text of different sizes and styles, and there'll be a certain amount of control with that. Add in uploaded files and documents that people can download. We can also very easily bring in any recommendation, insight, fact or experiment and add those into our document and append that with text. Now of course I can just click on this if I want to see more information about that insight, see the evidence that supports it, and go through to the recommendation, etc. These will all be clickable and have to be directly part of your repository. I can also add in images, and potentially there's a prototype here. We're just looking into the security aspects, so it might be possible to actually if you say have an InVision prototype or a Figma prototype, you might actually be able to embed that directly into your report here. So we can really tell a story, highlight facts or evidence that we have that we think would be most useful for stakeholders and other people reading this to see, put out recommendations and discuss what we're doing and why we're doing it. This could be used just to bring a selection of insights together or evidence together that you might want to deliver to somebody on a certain subject. We could use it as a diary for a project. Basically, we're trying to leave it as open as possible so you can use it in the way that most suits you and your organisation's way of working, I suppose. The key thing, why are we doing this? Why don't we just use Google Slides or PowerPoint? Why do we feel the need that to create our own reporting tool? Now, the biggest frustration for us and for our users is when we take information out of a living repository, that data then dies. If I pull this recommendation and put it into a report that's not connected to Gleanly, and that recommendation changes, we discover new evidence that suddenly shows that this actually isn't well supported, no one's going to go back to that old report and update it and say, actually, this turns out not to be true. So that means that data can very quickly become obsolete or at least not as accurate as we would like. And it could, in the worst cases, mean that other people pick up these reports in the future and end up making bad decisions because they haven't got the latest data. Now, we do recognise, however, that it is important that a report should be a moment in time. It should be a reflection of what we understood and what we were trying to, what evidence we had to make those decisions at the time. So one of the things you'll be able to do, hopefully, if not the first version, very soon after that, will be to be able to publish your report. And what would happen then is it would lock any evidence, such as the insights and recommendations, anything that's connected into the repository, and it would say, right, this is the information this person had at this time. And it would also highlight that information's changed, and I'd be able to swap between the two and see, okay, right, this is what they knew at the time, this is what we know now. Of course, we'd be able to add more information in at any time as well. These should always be editable, but we'd be able to actually fix them in if it's a reflection of a decision we're making at a certain point in time, we should be able to fix it in that point of time. So I hope that's a useful overview of what we're working on right now. The next thing, our next focus after that is going to be kind of two-phase. Mostly we're focusing on the search aspect of things, and I've been talking to a lot of our customers about improvements they want to see in how we deal with search and discovery, filters, etc., tagging. So if you have any thoughts on that, or how you would like to see the product develop and improve in those areas, please let me know. Of course, that doesn't mean we'll be ignoring other aspects. And I think we will take this opportunity to go through a bit of probably a couple of sprints where we're doing general improvements that people have asked for. The last two projects have been gargantuan, so it's meant that a lot of the smaller irritating things that people have pointed out and we agree with need to be fixed. It just haven't been yet, because they just haven't fitted into the work that we're doing. We're busy trying to get this stuff out the door. So we will be, I reckon, by the end of the month, beginning probably mid next month, we'll probably start looking at some of those aspects. So please let me know. Send me Slack messages, emails, if you prefer. But best of all, especially if you're an enterprise or fully managed customer, please set up a catch-up call with me, or whoever your representative is, and I will look forward to speaking to you and learning more about how we can make your repository better. Thank you.